with a lot of people saying that Guitar Hero and its plastic guitars and instruments in general has finally run its course, it's time for Activision to introduce a new instrument. And that is this one.
DJ Hero.
Yeah, how do you like it?
Well, if we're going to start with the peripherals. Yeah, as you said, this is it. This is what it looks like. This is how big it is, if you want to compare it to our faces.
Yay!
The equipment itself, just to, yeah, it looks good. It feels good. The weight is right. It's easy to carry around. Actually felt really cool coming into the office today, knowing this was in my backpack. But that's before you even start talking about the game itself. But yeah, the peripherals, they've done an amazing job.
Yeah,
I think this is what else could they do with it?
I tend to agree. My one little concern is that the record itself is kind of heavy when you need to scratch with the blue button, but more on that later. Yeah.
But of course you have to put it to good use in the game. And what do you think? Where do we start?
I find it refreshing first and foremost because I like rock music, but there is a limit to how much rock music I want to play myself. So getting to play a completely different kind of music, mashup music, is really cool in itself. When talking about the way it plays, that was actually one of my main concerns, because if you've seen me on the drum set in Guitar Hero, that's like nuclear physics to me. I just don't get it. I really want to, but I just don't. And I feared this would be the same experience, but this is much easier for people like me who have experimented with this sort of setup in real life before.
The whole concept in the new Hero games, just like in Guitar Hero 5 that can't fail, is actually, especially when it comes to DJ Hero, I'd say that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
Because it's, let's face it, even everybody that I know have at one point either touched a guitar or at least seen a photograph of someone or seen a music video of someone using a guitar. It's kind of everybody has done that, but not everybody has seen a DJ at work. No, at least not seen what he's actually doing with his hands. And get ready to fail. If you just jump into this at a party without going through all the tutorials at the beginning, you'll fail.
Yeah, and also, I mean...
or you would have, if you could.
Yeah, exactly. And I spent more time than I care to mention just going from normal to hard and to the harder difficulties in Guitar Hero. Whereas in this one, I pretty much was ready to just go to hard and even, I believe it's called extreme or so, instantaneously. Just because there is no frame mode, so you have an easier access to actually just challenging yourself and not really caring about not getting many points. I really like the individual artists. I just don't like the mashups that they have included in the game. I love Justice, I love Daft Punk, I love a lot of the artists, but I mean the quality of the mashups are just not up to the standard of the individual artists, if you ask me. And what I ended up doing was replaying like 4 or 5 of the same songs again and again and again and again, because they lived up to what I expected from the game. But in a rapidly evolving sub-genre of music and scratching like this game focuses on, I just don't think that the soundtrack is good enough. So the soundtrack, to me at least, really disappoints.
Are you having fun playing those 4 songs over and over?
To some extent, yes, I am. But again, the game mechanics, of course, has to work. But like you express yourself, the game mechanics is 50% of the game. The music has also got to move you while you're playing. Or at least that to me is just one big experience. And therefore, the gameplay kind of fails when I'm playing most of the soundtrack, whereas when I get these individual songs, and just to express how far out it is, one of the songs is actually partly done by Rihanna, an artist I would never ever listen to in my ordinary everyday life, but just the mix in this game is awesome.
I know absolutely nothing about DJing in real life. I at least used to pretend to play the bass, but you have some form of experience in this area. How do you think the controls work through a real perspective.
The options are there. I mean, it doesn't really remind you of scratching or anything, but just the implementation of the crossfader, because the crossfader is the tool that you use to make music, also in real life and mashups like this. But the thing about it is that your usage of the crossfader in this game is already determined for you. You don't get to experiment yourself, and every time you do, your points go down. And I mean, experimenting is the reason why we have music like this. So it really strikes me strange that they didn't at least give you some form of option where you're able to put your own spin on the music and actually get points for it instead of being punished.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between the original Guitar Hero game and the way it's evolved, because I get the same feeling. I get the feeling when I'm playing Guitar Hero that I want to experiment, that I want to, you can turn the dials,
yeah.
You can shift the volume of various tracks, you can use a crossfader to change it. But as you said, it's more or less preordained. The only thing you can do is just change the volume, kind of when you use the volume.
Yeah, exactly.
But when it comes to rhythm-based games like this, it's very much rhythm-based, and it's just like the drums in Guitar Hero World Tour and in Rock Band. That I want to improvise more.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm sitting there playing the drums, sure, I suck at it, but perhaps I want to try my own thing to see if that works with that kind of
and
music. And it's the same thing here.
I
want to play.
I would reason that aspect of the game is even 10 times more important for a game like this, because that's how the music that is used as the soundtrack for the game originated. So why not give you the option to actually do your own remixes or stuff like that, and even when following the career mode of the game, just give you some sort of little option to just put your own spin on it, because the tool's already there, the music is there, so why not?
Yeah, exactly, I agree.
So as you probably figured, I have my own opinion of this game, but how did you like it?
It's fun, absolutely. I don't know what I really expected, but I didn't get a party game. I don't think that DJ Hero, in the same way that the old Hero game, I don't think this is a party game. It has a learning curve which is steeper. It doesn't come as natural to a lot of people. So I think this is the thing you show your friends once. It will hook some of them. They will want to get it themselves. But it's like, whoa, this is cool. Check this out. And then you put it back and you dig out your guitars again. But perhaps that's just me and my friends. I don't know.
I mean, the only thing, the one thing that could really get me hooked on the game is DLC, because with the right songs, I could definitely be playing this for years. That being said, in the sequel, please give me some option of just tweaking the songs myself and putting my own remixes in there. With those two things put into the game, this for me would be an awesome game, and maybe even proper successor to the Guitar Hero games.
And we want to be able to put them together as we get to 4 course.